honky tonk, it was a different scene. No IPAs, no skinny jeans. Things are in, then they're out. But the thing that the cool kids are all saying now is country's coming back. Buy some boots and get a hat.
All right, we got Josh Grider here with Bandwagon TV Joyride. We're very excited to have him all the way from New Braunfels, Texas. How you doing, Josh?
Thanks, great, man. How are you guys holding up?
We're pretty good over here, man. We appreciate it, showing us around the town. Just real quick, for people that aren't familiar with you, people that maybe are trying to learn more about you, if you don't mind, explain who you are, your music style, and where you're from.
Well, I am Josh Grider, and I sing country music. I was born and raised in the great state of New Mexico. I've been in Texas for 20 years now, maybe a little more. Spent a little time in Tennessee, but yeah, man, I've just been writing and recording songs for the past 15 years or so under my own name. I moved here to go to college and, played around in college with a college band, but moved to Austin and started making records about 15 years ago, and I have not found a reason to quit it yet.
It's good, man, when you can make this into a career, you know what I mean? Life is good.
Yeah, I think I am what I'm going to be when I grow up, you know what I mean?
Well, so with it, the atmosphere and obviously with what's going on with the current climate, how you been keeping sane through all this?
Music, man. Music is the that's my therapy for sure. I have a little studio in my house, it's a porch really, but just with a Logic set up and my guitars, and so I can record here, cut vocals, make little demos, and that's been the key. It's when this whole thing started, we all almost went crazy, but we figured out a way to just sort of pace our days and divide our time and keep it family time and keep work time and personal time, and I think everybody just had to kind of go through that reevaluating how your time management, but as soon as I realized, as soon as I started carving out time for me to just get away in the studio, in the office, and be musical for a few hours a day, the sanity sort of returned, and I've been able to maintain it, but I'm sure ready for things to be back to normal.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait. You got the reason why I wanted to have you. This is the season premiere of Joyride. You got a song, a new single coming that's actually out now called "Country Coming Back," and it really fits the theme of what we're going through. It's not just country becoming popular again, because it really, like as you say in your lyrics, it never really left. But with just music in general, I wanted to ask you, with people that have gone through their own struggles, was there a hurdle or an obstacle that maybe got in your way, but you look at maybe back in the past, and you're pretty proud of that accomplishment of overcoming that?
Well, doing it for 15 years, like I said, and you look back, and I'm very much a look forward kind of guy. I'm always looking ahead at what's next, and so sometimes you don't realize it, but you go back and you look at things you've been through, and you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. We moved to Nashville in 2011 with enough money in our savings account to live for 3 months, and nothing happened, and nothing happened. So when I look back on that whole adventure, that we survived it, and I ended up getting a publishing deal and getting a little record deal, and making the music that I got to make, and have the experience that I made, really going up there on a wing and a prayer. That was pretty cool, because there are definitely other instances in my career where I can look at self-doubt and just hesitation, overthinking, worrying too much about stuff, that I've missed opportunities, but that was one that we just kind of took it by the horns and said, let's go for it. I had a 2-year-old son, and my wife, and we moved up there, and looking back, it just sounds completely insane, but I'm proud that we did it. And I mean, and always, I will say, the financial aspect of this business is not easy when you're on the DIY and the indie level. So it's not about the money, but there have been some times where I'm like, wow, that was an angel. An angel came in and funded that, or we were able to find a side job to help pay for this and stuff, because it's a hustle doing this thing, man.
Absolutely, man. I didn't know, that's crazy. Obviously, a newly married, having a 2-year-old, going out to Nashville. You think about things like that. That is pretty crazy. Well, hey, man, we're glad that you're here, obviously, here in Texas, and sharing your great music with us. But I'm going to pull over. We got you in the White Lightning, and I hope you're ready for the lightning round.
I'm not scared.
Okay. Well, hey, this is because with everything going on, I wanted to promote Texas high school football. Those kids are going through obviously a lot, and just during the times. And so today I'm wearing the Lampasas Badgers, promoting the Lampasas Badgers here in our hometown of Lampasas, Texas. Josh, I was going to ask you, did you ever play school sports?
Yeah, football was probably what I was best at. I was a really disappointing basketball player, even though I was tall. I would always get picked, in the little, the Pee Wee League, the drafts and stuff. They'd see I'd be a head taller than everybody, and they'd pick me. But then I was just so terrible. But I did enjoy playing football. But really, once I started playing guitar, I never played much else. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, you saw what you're good at.
I fell in love with the music. The girls were way more interested in me singing George Strait songs on a guitar than they were watching me get my head bashed in on the football. The music was always there, and I always loved it. But yeah, I did play football, baseball, and basketball, all the things you play when you're a kid, But I'll say I'm better at guitar and singing than I am in sports. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, white man can't jump, man. That's my problem.
Right, exactly.
With also what's going on, I wanted to promote local businesses. You had mentioned, obviously, being from New Braunfels or living there now, you have a business that you wanted to promote. So go for it. Where is it?
My shout out is to River House, Texas, or the riverhousetx.com. That's their website. It's a restaurant down in Green. They are so sweet, very kind to artists. They have a supper and song series they do on Sundays where you can, do a meal and see one of your favorite, Texas singer-songwriters up close and personal for like an intimate, acoustic show. But other than that, they're just a fantastic restaurant, one of my absolute favorites in town. It's our go-to for birthdays and anniversaries and, special occasions. So they had to press pause for a minute this summer. They are back up and running, but even during the COVID, they would make food on Sundays, and for local musicians that were struggling, they would just give the food to them, which was just a huge blessing for a lot of folks. So if you're ever down here in the Hill Country and looking for a great meal, River House, Texas, man.
Perfect. And that's in Green, Texas. If you're not familiar, it's a historic district right there in New Braunfels. It's a great area. Downtown, just walk the strip. It's gorgeous. It's definitely great for whether it's a date night or just spending time with the family.
Yeah, man. A cold beer in Green Hall, that's a Texas bucket list.
Absolutely. All right, Josh, we have you in the White Lightning. This is the lightning round, so I hope you're ready.
Bring it on.
All right. Obviously, you're wearing a Branded Bills hat with the New Mexico signature right there. We have to ask you, since you're from, Las Cruces, correct?
That is correct.
All right, big question. Red or green?
Oh, man. That's like picking your favorite child. It depends from day to day. Man, the beautiful thing is when you go and you get the combo and you order at Christmas, you get a little red, you get a little green. But fresh red chili that they make it's really still pretty regionally specific thing. So if I have to choose, probably I'm going to go red. But Christmas, man, green is the lifeblood, man. I swear it's in my veins.
I've never had it Christmas. I'm definitely going to order it next time. I tell you what, New Mexico, if it's good for two things, it's obviously the land of enchantment. You can't beat a better drive, scenic view, but the food, man, is just amazing.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. I love my home state. Texas has been very good to me, and that's where I live, but I'm a New Mexican at heart.
There you go. Represent. Josh, you have a great instrument in this new single, so I have to ask you, and I kind of know the answer, but I have to ask you anyways. Fiddle or steel guitar?
Steel guitar.
There we go.
Guitar. I love the fiddle. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's as classic a country instrument as there is, and it's the OG, from the mountains. But man, steel guitar.
You get that twang in there? The steel guitar, man, is just, you can't beat that. The twang.
No, that'll make you cry.
That's right. All right. Watched a recent interview with you. You mentioned that Alan Jackson and Garth Brooks were obviously big influences in your life. But I needed to ask you, since now that you consider yourself a Texan, Garth Brooks or the King, George Strait?
George Strait, for sure. Hands down. Not a question, man. I learned how to sing imitating George Strait. And we learned how to two-step to Amarillo by morning in 5th grade PE.
Absolutely.
George Strait has been there. I think he was there before Garth, and he's lasted longer. I mean, Garth is still there, but as far as just steadily putting out great records and having number ones, and man, the older I get, the more I just appreciate his completely chilled out persona. Like, he's just classic, just a classic star. He doesn't have to be all over social media or anything. He's just George doing his thing. He'll sell out wherever he goes. He's got a million hits. He's just a class act all the way around. We got to meet him one night. I did a benefit that he was hosting. My band played. He was as kind as could be. It's George Strait all the way.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that from a lot of musicians. Just a genuine guy, and that's great to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're driving right now in the White Lightning, I have to ask you, if we're driving from coast to coast, what musician would you want as your co-pilot? Dead or alive?
I would probably pick Roger Miller. to go on a road trip with, because I'm completely fascinated by that guy. He's all the stories about him. I mean, I think he was a genius. I love his music. I love his lyrics. I love his voice. Just out there, I can go down Roger Miller rabbit holes on YouTube at any time just because he's so fascinating. So that would be really fun. But Roger's gone, obviously. So if I'm picking living, man, me and Topo, Chico, Cowboy numero uno, Drew Kennedy. Me and Drew know how to get up and down the road, so I take Drew.
Good stuff, man. And you guys write a lot of songs together too, right?
Sure, man. Yeah, we write, and we now are officially, we played shows together for years and years, but now officially we are the Topo Chico Cowboys. We put out some music earlier this year, back before back when we were all excited it was 2020. Back when we were so excited to be over 2019 and then 2020 was it was gonna be the year, man.
2020.
We released those two songs, and yeah, you check them out.
Yeah, they're on Spotify. Definitely check them out, man. It's good, fun music. All right. While you're on this road trip, if we look through your phone in a playlist, is there a song or band that would surprise us?
Oh, I mean, probably you'd be surprised at how much talk I listen to, talk radio and podcasts.
That's because you're an old man now.
Audiobooks. I think so. There's something about, I love listening to old country music. I have a really great vinyl collection. I spin vinyl at the house and do that. But when I'm one-on-one, sometimes the silence is nice. Music's like always playing in my head. And now, because I'm kind of getting into the production side and the studio side of it, you start listening, you start analyzing. You're just listening. You're not listening to it in a normal way, or not like you did when you were younger. I'm like listening just to a bass line. I wonder how they recorded those drums, or wow, did they double track those back? Like whatever. So it might surprise people how little I actually do listen. You gotta listen to know what's going on, but sometimes I just need a break from the music.
Is there a specific podcast that you listen to?
Well, the one that I just finished was what was it called? Something about The Office. It was just like the behind the scenes of the story of that TV show, The Office, And it was Kevin. The guy that Brian Baumgartner, the guy that played Kevin, hosted it, and it was like 10 episodes. And it was just the whole story of The Office, how it was such a weird show when it came out, kind of that awkward comedy. And it was a really feel good podcast.
Oh, good.
That's a lot. Just kind of burned through. Me and Drew listened to one the other day. We were on a trip, and it was about the Scorpions. The Winds of Change, that song, and it's this whole conspiracy theory that the FBI wrote that song or the CIA wrote that song to help end communism. It's completely wild. I recommend.
Oh no! Wow, that's amazing. I'm gonna have to look for that. All right, man. Hey, you did great, Josh. We really appreciate it. The lightning, man, you just blew through that lightning round almost as if you did it before.
Yeah, I talk too much, man.
That's all right.
Slowest lightning ever.
Well, all right. I was being kind. Josh, all right, man. This is on you. We wanted to plug. Obviously, we cannot wait to hopefully hear this song. If before we let you go. But plugs. How do we listen to you? How do we find your music?
Put it in your search engine. We're on Spotify and Apple, all the digital platforms. JoshGrider.com is my website. Got some new music coming out actually today. I think this is Friday.
Yep.
That we're riding around in this truck. Yeah. We got a brand new EP my wife and I made live at Green Records, a little thing we recorded before the pandemic, and we are ready to share that now. It's a little EP, live EP that we cut right here in New Braunfels at Green Records, this little studio. So that's new music out. I got another song that I think I'm going to drop in a couple weeks that I'm excited about, but I'm not going to talk too much about right now because still shoring up a couple things.
All right.
But the world's opening back up. We're going to play shows tonight. We're in Caldwell, Texas. October 2nd, I know we're going to be up in Fort Worth at the Post. I think we're going to be out in New Mexico later in October in Roswell. So kind of some stuff starting to happen again, and that's exciting. But like I said, JoshGrider.com has the calendar, and you can go look me up there. And
that's great, man.
Twitter.
That's awesome, and definitely download or like or follow Josh Grider and make sure to listen to his new EP with his wife, Kristi. We look forward to it, man. We really appreciate your time, obviously, with everything going on, and we know, especially with this song, we love it so much that you're going to be a busy, busy man, hopefully in 2021 as well. We got to kick you out. I was going to give you a ride. I guess it depends on if we get a song or not. What do you think?
Hey, man, I'll play too if you drop me off and pick me up.
We got a deal, man, if you don't mind driving in the White Lightning. Yeah, go for it whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go.
All right, country's coming back. Back in the 90s, they had a jukebox. Man, it was fiddling, pedal steel non-stop. Down at the honky-tonk, it was a different scene. No IPAs, no skinny jeans. Things are in, then they're out. But the thing that the cool kids are all saying now is country's coming back. Buy some boots and get a hat. Play a little Chattahoochee, men some boots, scootin' boogie. Boy, you better learn a two-step, cause country's coming back. Man, it's hard not to laugh when they say country's coming back, cause I never even knew it left. I got my Wranglers, I got my Pearl Snap. Man, I've been rocking this look since way back. I've seen George Strait, I got the box set. It's still my Friday night get right soundtrack. That's how I roll my way to life. Welcome to the party, I've been here the whole time. Your country's coming back. Buy some boots and get a hat. Play a little Chattahoochee, man, some boots, scootin' boogie. Boy, you better learn a two-step, cause country's coming back. Man, it's hard not to laugh when they say country's coming back, cause I never even knew it lived. Man, I was country when it was, and I was country when it wasn't. Take a look down the road, ain't hard to see what's coming. Boys, country's coming back. Buy some boots and get a hat. Play a little Chattahoochee, men some boots, scootin' boogie. Boy, you better learn a two-step, cause country's coming back. And it's hard not to laugh when they say country's coming back, cause I never even knew it left. Yeah, they say country's coming back, hell, I never even knew it left.
Dude, that was awesome. We love that song. Everybody's gonna love it. It's just really fitting it, especially this time, what's going on. I keep saying that, but I don't know what else we could say about 2020. It's just been a crazy year. But we really, really appreciate it. Country coming back. It's gonna be my favorite of the year. So I hope everybody else does and downloads it. Spotify, iMusic, all that. And we really appreciate your time, Josh. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Y'all take care of yourselves, and hope I see you soon.